See, so basically, what I have done as well, so that to help you guys, which our seniors used to do as well, is that so we had to actually ask seniors, but I'm making your life easier by I asked everyone of our batch who got a internship this year, and just to make sure that you understand this, that the scope of this meet is only for software roles. For any other roles like mechanical core branch roles, I have no idea, nor do people I know have any idea. So will not be going to discuss about that. There are many roles. I think most of them came for the core only. So I am going to only talk about your software roles, in which I think only all branches can sit. In some companies, only circuital can sit. Circuital being CS, IT, EC, and EE, and in most of them, everybody can sit. I'll let you know which one who is not there. So just write in chat. How do you want to go about this? Do you want to? So we'll cover two things. How would you approach your intern season that is starting in maybe 1 month, uh, and what has happened last year, and what insights can we get from last year? So which one do you want to go first? Like write it in the chat so that I get an idea. We'll cover both, but in what order would you guys like to prefer it? You'll see. Reply in the chat, or you can say it as well. Like anything. Can you guys write in the chat? I don't know if. Wait, let me see. Because many perms were not on. Yeah, it can be written. Or don't people have chats? I have no idea.
They have.
Okay, okay. Can you write it in the chat? How? Don't be shy. You can type. Bhai, 74 people. Trends of previous year and this year first, last year placement. It's not about placement, okay? So it's about internships only. So placement, I have data, but I cannot go around. Uh, okay, we will see. We will take questions at the end. Okay, we'll go in detail with the questions. So let's go with the scope. Okay. So last year for internships in software roles, these were the companies that came. Wells Fargo, Amazon was off campus, PwC, Visa, Media.net, Cisco, and Accenture. And so basically, these were the companies that came last year. So this is the overall view of how the thing happened last year. And Wells Fargo, I think 11 people got. Amazon, 2 people. PwC, I think 9 or 11 people total got. Visa, one person got. Media.net, nobody got. Cisco, 2 people. Accenture, 44 people went. So approximately all over the batch. See, this is again core software roles, because ECE and EE, many people got core roles like in Texas, and I have no idea, but some other companies. So this is only for the software roles. So I think around 80 to 90 people were hired last year. So let's go and yeah, media.net comes on campus every year. So it's always comes. So let's go one by one into the companies, I would say. So all these experiences I'm going to tell are from people who actually can you mute? Just mute the so all the experiences that I'm going to tell is from the people who got into this company or gave through the whole process. I've asked them. So this is an overview, which again I think I'll send it to you guys. It's not good like to discuss this in detail. Let's go company by company. First is your Wells Fargo. Okay, so Wells Fargo, I forgot to add one slide, so I'll just go overview. So in your OAs, we had, so it's better if you guys note this down, take screenshots, whatever. So in Wells Fargo, we had an apti plus coding interview. Wells Fargo was something of a weird thing because you were not allowed to code in any other language than Java. So that was something that was a shocker to us because most of us didn't know Java. So if you're giving Wells Fargo will be your first company on campus. So Wells, Com- Wells Fargo would come July last week or August first week, and the coding questions will be in Java only. There will be no other language allowed to write the coding questions. Remember this. This is a mistake and shock we all got during the OA. And okay, by the way, if you guys want, you can also ask questions.
इंटरनेट नहीं चल रहा।
चल रहा है ना।
So also, okay, this is a very again one thing. Wells Fargo also asked banking related questions. So banking related questions is if you know if anybody does finance or stocks and anything, like read those graphs and everything, type or speak, not a problem. You guys have to interact, man. Otherwise, I will not get a yes no answer. If it, yeah, so basically you will have to read those stock graphs, you will have to do apti, and you would also have english questions. Okay, yeah, I'll send the ppt later, not a problem. So again in oa, it was one of the longest oas. It's a 4 hour oa, approximately 4 hour oa. Okay, so yeah, somebody, okay, I think that was by mistake. So Wells Fargo is going to be a very, very long way. So probably I would say learn how to code in Java. So in my case, yeah. So you will get it's a. So for me, it was an easy question, but I could not solve it because I could not write Java. So let's move on to the a bit. So this is from the interview. Okay, this is interview. So this is someone who got into Wells Fargo this year. So they told that Java related questions were the highest thing again. Java, I don't know Java, so I have just listed whatever he said. So possibly just see this. I have no idea about the Java thing. DS, DSA question, the questions that were asked was optimization route. Optimization route as in graphs may you have the what is the, with the optimized route with some weights or something, time complexity of the algorithms you are going to write, and longest common substring, which is a very common sum, you know. And this is very much common thing you will get everywhere, resume plus hr. I think any company you go into is going to always have this resume plus hr thing, so it's going to be common. So in Wells Fargo, you will best again first thing clear your OA. Okay, that is the main thing. Let's not think that far ahead. If you clear the OA, this so one thing you guys will soon realize is that OAs are very tough. Interviews are very easy. So this interview is also going to be very easy, and companies do want to like hire you. Next is Amazon. This was an off-campus opportunity. I don't know about other branches, but from IT, two people got this off-campus opportunity, and so you have your wait a second. Yeah. So first you have two interview rounds and one OA basically. I have not included the OAs in the discussions, but the OA was I can tell you it was basically if you have ever solved your have you ever solved those kind of questions like most agree, most disagree kind of questions. So you will have 100 of those questions plus two coding questions which are very easy, very very easy. So in my case, it was I think it was like some sorting algorithm for the first thing, and the second one was an easy binary search question. So you will get very easy questions from that, and these are the questions that were asked in the round one, as in round one of the interview. Is this arrays, heaps, optimization complexity? You will see it's a common theme that is coming all the times. Behavioral again, resume plus hr. Gen ai is something that is first asked in, that was not asked in Wells Fargo, but in Amazon it was asked. Amazon round two was a very hard one because you had a hard DP question, is what the person who got told me, and you had to go define every state, every recurrence, every order, etc. And LP question is basically your leadership principle. So basically, if you guys will ever go to the HR interview round, you will see there is something called star method. They'll give you scenarios like, this is a conflict, how do you resolve a conflict like this. So these are called the LP questions. Okay, we are going to discuss this later on. Okay, again, Amazon, we saw this was the thing. Amazon does hire a lot, but not on campus from for us. It's off campus hiring, and usually every year around 2 3 people get selected for Amazon. Next is PwC. PwC, again, I forgot to put the OA as usual. The OAs was just 45 aptitude questions. It was 45 aptitude questions. And I will be very real. Don't take, like, I know you guys won't think this seriously, but in PwC, don't score high. Okay. PwC is the only company which has a high ceiling as well. So if you score high marks, you will not get selected. If you score very low marks, you'll not get selected. Try to score in the average marks to get selected in
क्या
this.
बोला?
So
एक
they
कंपनी आता है
don't
पीडब्ल्यूसी,
hire anybody
उसमें
who
तुमको
is
हाईएस्ट मार्क्स के लिए
getting too high
एचीव
of a
करना
marks.
है,
Okay,
वो
so
तुम्हें
I have
मिलेगा।
friends who scored full marks,
तो
like
वो
40
चाहता
plus
है ना कि
marks out
वो
of
कंपनी
45, but
ऑलरेडी
did
लोअर
not get
टैक्स का है,
selected because of that higher
एट एलपीए
ceiling.
तक का जॉब देता है,
So
फ्रीलांसिंग
possibly
करता है,
don't
वो क्या
score too high in
चाहेंगे?
this.
स्टूडेंट हमारे पास
Next,
रहे, ना कि
this
भाग के चला जाए
interview would be the
फ्रीलांसिंग
easy on the easier side, to be honest. Very easy, like simple array questions, simple binary search
के।
questions.
हाँ
How to write simple SQL. See, opening was basically introduce yourself, resume
हाँ, तुम भी
highlights,
देखो।
coding. Yeah, as you can see, it's very easy questions like binary search code and everything. To delete duplicate rows in SQL and oops,
सॉर्टिंग,
basic
एरे,
concepts like
बाइनरी
what
सर्च,
is
राइट टू
encapsulation and something like that. Okay,
एसक्यूएल लूप्स, वो एसक्यूएल भी
so
पढ़ी हो
yeah,
तुम
this was
शायद से।
PwC. Yeah, this is
बैठो
like
बैठो।
again an overview. I'm not going to go in detail much there. I can read this PPT later on. Again HR round. Last HR round was basically family background, relocation, and how would you adapt to new scenarios. The
ये
fourth
एक ही
company
भैया
that
को
came
मिला
was
था बीच में।
Visa, one of the
What?
easier OAs. This again, I 100% forgot to put the OA. Yeah, I forgot to put the OA. So you have four questions in your OA. In so again, these are not in PPT. So preferably just note it down. So Visa has four questions, or first three are one like the craziest easy question of your all time, like maximum if you do solve questions on a regular basis, you're good in CP. 10 minutes max for the first three questions. The last
10
question
minutes
is very
max for
hard,
3 questions,
so
अगर TCP कर रहे
possibly
हो
you
तो।
will be able to solve. So Visa has a system of points. So as many test cases you pass, you get that many points. It's a 600 points basically. So you should score 600. So Visa is also one another company where you need to score 100% marks in your OA, which is 600 out of 600. If you don't get 600 out of 600, consider that you have not passed to the interview round. So Visa, you have to do the maximum amount of marks. This is the only, I think this is the only way where you have to score 100% marks. Then project discussion in Visa, you can read this. I am not reading that in much detail. So whenever you're making a project, they will go into what the problem was. This took around 20 to 25 minutes of the interview completely. And yeah, I don't think there was nothing. And the HR round, as usual, again here also HR round will be there. Next is media.net. This is the hardest OA and
300
hardest
rated
interview.
question।
So even if you qualify the OA, consider yourself to be very talented. So online assessment, I just wrote hard.
मीडिया डॉट
By
नेट।
hard, I don't think this hard is a understatement in this case. So wait a second, I have to put my laptop on charge. Give me 1 second. So all except
लास्ट
one
ईयर एक
question,
वीक
the
का भी नहीं हुआ
easiest
था,
question was a 1500
एक का भी
rated
नहीं हुआ था
question,
इसमें।
and another was a 1900 rated, and another was a 2000 rated question for media.net. So it is one of the harder OAs, and even if you clear the OA, don't think it's going to be getting easier like the other companies. The interview is hard. So this is the question that was asked. You can take a screenshot. You can solve it. It's up to you. Nobody solved it. Even so, basically, even I had given this to my friend who is actually he's a ICPC Asia West finalist, and that person also could not solve it. So they really expect you not to pass it. So please try your best for this. If you get so the last person who got me hired from MediaNet in our college was in 2021.
21
So
में। हाँ
if you do, get to know that you're one of the most talented people of this year. Yeah, this is the solution of that. Please don't, no need to read it. This is written. So this PPT is generated by Claude. Okay, so I don't know why it started solving this. Next is Cisco. This I can tell because I went through this. So first OA again very hard. So this OA is also, I think, after media.net. This is the hardest OA. You would have 40,
Wow.
yes, 40 MCQs to solve in 45 minutes, and all of those MCQs are very hard. So possibly if you try to score 50% marks there, and you will get two coding questions in this, which you just, if you solve one, you're good for the interview. If you just solve one interview coding question, know that you're going for the interview. Okay, and the OA was one of the harder ones, and for me it was like I got lucky. So it was a common question, that's why I got hired. And next, okay, I wrote it for some reason. Next, why did I not change to this page? Why did I only put a OA page for Cisco? Okay, I have to be impartial. So this was the technical round. I have listed all the topics that were asked to me, at least for round one: DSA, OS, OOPS, algorithms, and whatever the interview pattern was. Basically, go to the breadth of this thing. So this is a very weird thing. I had to solve 20 question, 20 minutes में 6 days a
तो ये
question,
सब
which
ना,
was not asked to other people. So
ये
again,
सब मैम भी पढ़ाई
up to
होंगी,
you
जब
again.
तुम ये
Depends on the
पढ़ रहे
interviewer
थे.
who is taking your
Do
interview.
some reverse linked list,
Uh,
LCS.
then technical round two was more based on a resume, more of your managerial situation. How would you work in teamwork? How would you be a good leader? My projects. Again, both of these interviews had at least 50% of the times on the resume. Okay. Then HR, career goals, Cisco awareness. Like it was. This was one of the easier interviews.
हाँ
These earlier two were 1.5,
हुआ हाँ तो
etc., etc. It's not that much of a hard interview to pass. And last but not least, Accenture. So Accenture had a puzzle round. What do you mean by puzzle round? Puzzle round means, app games you play, right? Arey, wait. My roommate is the person who got into Accenture. He is the best person to explain this. He will explain. So he is going to
क्या
speak now about Accenture.
So the first round is a behavioral round. So there will be like 50 questions. So there it is like agree or disagree. This is easy, non-elimination round. And for the next question, next round, there will be a puzzle round. So they ask to solve like three type of puzzles. So you can see this in YouTube or in other websites. You can find them. And for the third, they ask some MCQs around I think 30 or 40 MCQs, including some networking questions, cybersecurity, then OS, and other stuffs. And this is the elimination round. Also, the gaming round is also elimination round. So you have to solve a certain amount of questions, otherwise you will get eliminated. So after solving this, there will be the last round. This is a coding round. So there will be a coding question. That will be easy, lead code easy or lead code medium, kind of. And one is a SQL question. The table is given, and you are asked to write a query about that. And the third question is a front end question. So there will be HTML, CSS, and JavaScript given to you, and you are asked to like modify the front end. You just need to modify the JavaScript basically, and if you want, you can also modify the HTML also. This is the thing. And in the, if you clear all the rounds, then you will get interview. And interview, this is for our side, it's only about the HR questions, not that much technical questions, only HR questions. What is your strength, what is your weakness, what you will do in this situation, or what your take on this, that. And resume wise, what projects you have done. So they like asked you if you have some group projects. If you have some group projects, then it will be better for you. So they want to know how you can handle the group project, how can you lead a team. This type of questions are asked. So if you got the interview, then you will get cleared all this, and you will get selected. Most of them are selected who got the interview.
Yeah, so basically, end of the day, try to clear your Accenture OA. Yeah, so that is it for, I think, no more companies, sadly. So here is your most repeated DSA topics across everything. You can take a screenshot if you want. This is your most repeated CS fundamental across the companies, and most impact resume impact analysis. Like, where does resume matter the most? Like, resume does not mean your achievements or something. Resume means the content in your resume. Like, do you, whatever is there, do you know whatever is there? Let's say if you have made a literal website where you just press a button, it just says hello. Do you know how that button presses works behind the back and everything? This is what I mean by resume impact analysis. And whenever project discussion happens, people will ask, how does it scale, how do you approach the business for it, what do you want to do in the future for this, the technical thing, like why did you choose this thing, and let's say if something does not work right now, how do you intend to make it work later. And main thing is team contribution. As long as you show that you have done a teamwork, that is always positive. So I think we are done with the company overview. Does anybody have any questions? Please feel free. Okay, you can have a lot of questions. It is very fair to have a question. Just speak up. Say, raise your hand. I think that would be better. There will be a raise your hand option like this. You can raise your hand. Any doubts? The most asked questions like Tarik but dekha. CGPA criteria 6 CGPA for most. Some so you will see the better paying the better paying the company is, the less the CGPA criteria is. Okay, so I think also I'll say there, I did not mention this company. There was this one company who came for very less salary, which was 10K per month. They kept CGPA criteria of 9.
Let me see.
Google and Microsoft don't come for internships. Sadly, they do not. Google and Microsoft has stopped hiring from NITs. Google has Google has not come this year due to some unforeseen circumstances. Hopefully, it will come next year. Uh, Google should come next year. Microsoft is not hiring from any NIT anymore, so no idea. So as I was saying, that company that was paying 10K, they asked for 9 CGPA. Okay, so again, yeah. What ML questions did you ask? Whatever in my resume. So whatever was in my resume, based of that, whatever ML, I will not name the company because actually the company, nobody even. It's not a company. It was a startup which nobody even applied to. So they just left. So no hiring happened because nobody registered.
OpenLM has come, but they divorced them.
What level of DSA do you have? Uh, I have no, except media.net. I haven't seen any company ask DSA more than lead code medium or something. How did you prepare for Cisco and everything? This I'll tell at last. BNY didn't come. BNY. Don't ask me why companies don't come. That is not. That is not a question for me to answer.
This is another
Yeah, so the time when they come, what is the question? I don't know. This is 6 CGPA, but don't keep 6 plus. No, it's you should
try
you
to
should
8 plus.
8.5 should be the ideal target.
Yeah.
See, even though they allowed to sit for 6 CGPA, but they'll have some bias. Cisco is one company that does not care about your CGPA. I don't know about other things.
They don't allocate
Does
the
internship and ML? See, again, every role you go to will lead to some ML role only nowadays. Everything is in some way ML. Very rarely will you find something that does not involve ML. So yeah, like I work in hardware stuff right now, so that is not related to ML. But yeah, I think very few people are working on non-ML roles. Like the Wells Fargo people are not working on ML roles.
they are
Yeah, so they again. So yeah, so let's do you want to start the next part? Is CP maxing required for technical? Okay, I'll go in discussion of this after this, because how do we prep me this comes. Should I start the next part? Yeah. Okay. So I will stop sharing. I'll share my whole screen because I have lots of tabs open. Okay. First, let's start with CP DSA. Now, the main thing you have to realize is this is first thing lead code. So the thing is that you have to realize something. I personally hated doing this. You will personally hate to do this, except if you love this. Many people personally hate to do this. No option. You have to do it. There is no option. Okay, any company you want to work at, anything you want to work at, you have to do this. So like whatever, like let's say if you have that thing, you know, I want to work with hardware only. I'm a very hard. I want to make robots and everything. You have to do this. So I'll give you an example why this is necessary. I'll give you an example from my work only. So for example, memory allocation, right? So for example, let's say if you have a chip, not chip, like let's say an FPGA, which sends a signal to allocate some memory in some ROM, right? So how would you store that memory? Like if you have, you guys heard of malloc, right? So how would you store memory in malloc? In what data structure is it there? B plus tree or red black tree? So you have to select that. For some, I don't remember which one was which, but in one of the cases, read is better than write, and in one of the case, the write is better than read. So like if you're having a transaction reading system, then you should put the, I think red black tree was the better read operation. You should put a red black tree. Otherwise, you should put a one. What do you call it? I forgot the name of it. I forgot the name of it. B plus tree. Sorry, B plus tree. Like databases. If you have a database where there is a lot of insert and delete, right? You should use a B plus tree because its insert delete operation is cheaper than RB tree. So, see, a memory allocation a very integral part of any hardware or electronics role as well, or any hardware system design, system engineer role, right? You should not skip this whole part. And let me keep the meat here. I think, right? Yeah. So, first thing, there are some fixed problems you should solve from there. I think you have heard. So, one thing is this neat code 150. So you can do this neat code 150. There is, you know, striver has a sheet. Striver A to Z is the name, if I'm not wrong. Solve this whole thing. Whatever you do, every sheet is the same, only just do that sheet completely. Okay, so this is only for knowing your algorithms, like common patterns. So you know the patterns, like let's say how to solve two sum, right? So two sum is a very common problem that is asked everywhere, right? So if you don't know that hash set wala solution, right, you will waste your time. So possibly these 200, 300 problems, try to solve it. Next thing that is the most important for OS is your code forces start account here ASAP. Start account here ASAP. Give your contest. You have code forces, you have ad coder. These two things is something I used to do. So ad coder and code forces, please grind this. Give every contest. Don't skip any contest. Uh, if you want to go for a easier option, code chef is there. Lead code is also there. These two are more easier options. Code forces and ad coder are the a bit harder and challenging and more problem solving aspect, I would say. And please start doing this, and you will know everybody is cheating now, so you will not get good ranks. So like when I used to do in my first year, right? So we if you solve, I went to pupil with just two solved in div 2, just two solved in 2 hours, imagine. Now like I the last time I did CP was in my intern season. So in my intern season, there was this one case where I had solved almost the full div 3 except the last one, but I still got a minus in pupil. So times change, everybody is cheating, so don't look at your rank, just look at are you improving yourself. And about cheating again, see, cheating, I don't support it, but if you're cheating here again, nobody cares, nobody's getting affected except you yourself. So possibly don't cheat in this CP stuff and everything. One thing which I love doing is this thing, A2OJ ladders. Okay, this is something you can also try. This has rating wise things. So basically you should always practice your current rating plus 200. So let's say if I am currently 100 and 1100 rated, so I'll open this, try to solve all of these 100 questions. Basically it's a very fun exercise, I love doing it. So this is that for CP. Okay, CP, another thing, algorithm. Introduction to algorithms. This book is the holy fucking grail. This is the best ever book ever written for your algorithms. Whoever is in IT will have this course this year. I don't know about CS if you have had this course. So please, if you have time, this is again, this is extra. This is for the love of the game. For if you learn this, this is real. Read every line, line by line. This is, you will never need this. I'm telling you, you will never need whatever is there, but the things that are here, if you learn them, they will help you greatly. Like even in contests and everything, you'll be like, yo, I just learned it that day, if I remember. So this is a complete idea of how algorithms works and the study of algorithms in detail, the theoretical aspect of the algorithms, right? So IT people would have had your computer graphics, right? There was this scanline algorithm, it's here in this one as well. Scanline algorithm once came in a div 1D. So see, you don't know when stuff will be useful, right? So this book, brilliant book, please read it, everything. I it took me 2 years to read this, not the full one, but 60-70%. But it's a beautiful book, please read this, solve the problems, and you'll love it. So this is for your CP. So so basically, okay, so basically now let's go to core CS. Operating systems, the learn whatever. Operating system, this book by Galvin. I think its name is Galvin only. Yeah, so Shilbert, Sats, Galvin, and Gagne. Okay, I only knew Galvin. Okay, please read this book end to end, start to end. Maybe not this much, but I would say read till. But I kind of suggest reading the whole thing, but don't read till distributed systems, which is like 18th chapter. Okay, this till this, please know everything in detail. Everybody was grilled on similar stuff on OS. Okay, so how everything works, like paging and segmentation, what is the difference between paging and segmentation, how do so which has fixed memory, what is internal fragmenting, external fragmentation, etc, etc. IT people will have this subject, they have an advantage this semester, but I don't know about others. So you guys have to read this book till at least till chapter 18, line to line in detail, whatever is going on. Next is networking. Many people, nobody will have the networking before your 6th sem. So I personally did not study networking. uh, so if you want to study, you can study. Again, this book by Faruzan. Okay, end to end everything, don't skip anything. That's the thing, every line is important and you should know it. Everything written here is important. The reason I am telling you to do this, see, you can always do some YouTube course and go and give your interview, I'm not telling that, but to not have the complete knowledge of the things you are saying might backfire. So so even I don't remember heart by heart, nobody's telling you to remember by heart. So currently many interviewers even allow you to Google and everything, so it's not a problem. But let's say TCP headers, how does a TCP, so I'll give you a real life example today that happened. So today there is something called socket hang up, if you have ever heard of it. So what happens is that somebody was connecting through an SSH server today, and that was showing socket hang up. So in socket hang up, so it's in this book, but if you actually don't, it's in a very corner book, if you don't know what it does. So TCP has a three-way handshake. So you have your sin plus act, and then act. So in that sin plus act, sometimes what happens is sin comes but act does not come. So that time, that is called socket hang up. That's in this book. See it, I applied it in work today itself to debug it, right? So this is your networking. Next, I will stop sharing and just speak. Oops. Object oriented programming can be only taught to you if you actually program. There is no concept, no theory of object oriented programming. Please talk to ChatGPT. You have AI tools now. Please talk to them and learn the topics, like what are the parts of object oriented programming. If you don't do the coding, you will never understand how it works. Like the diamond problem, if you don't face it in real life, diamond problem is when you have, I think, same interfaces of two names, right? Same parents, but two different inherited classes. So if you don't do that in your real life, yeah, the books and the links are in your syllabus. The books are all in your syllabus. Go search IST, CST, or IT syllabus. The suggested book, number one book, the first book is all the books I have shown you. So all of this is in your curriculum. So yeah. So for oops, that is it. And am I missing something? I think I'm missing one subject. Operating system. Oops. DSA. DBMS. How can I forget DBMS? DBMS, please. There is this beautiful thing called SQL 15 lead code. One of the best curated SQL problems. Please practice that. And DBMS is something you can, again, another thing that you have to do on your own. You have to work on databases. You please get MySQL or Oracle SQL on your laptop. I don't think if it's free. If you it's not free, please crack it. Uh, it's free, right? So if it's so one version, some version is free. Please download it. Please make your databases. Please break your databases. Please delete your databases. Do whatever. Please know all the commands. There are views. Database is a very important topic. The main thing, normalization, very important. Normalization is always asked in interviews. Or how to, like, basically candidate key, primary key, and everything. People who were in I think CBSC 11, 12, this will be already known to you, most of these things. But still, please go through DBMS, know this very well. So I don't think I'm missing I have common sense, please. That is the most important thing. And oh, I forgot about aptitude in your OS, right? So aptitude in your OS, you have to practice. There is something called indiabiz.com. If I'm indiabigs.com, indiabigs.com. BT. Nah, big still. Wait a second. Let me check. India Bigs. IndiaBigs.com. So it has like unlimited. You will never solve the full thing. Send the link. So it's unlimited questions of aptitude. If you have ever, I think NTSC is no more anymore. Does NTSC happen anymore? Do you guys have NTSC? There used to be an exam called NTSC. Okay, so sad for you. In NTSC, we had to solve 100 aptitude questions. So that is how we practiced our aptitude earlier. But yeah, you used to have these books called MTG something. MTG was the publisher or something like that. There's this fat book of MTG aptitude questions. So possibly if you solve all of that, you will never have a problem ever. Possibly go through India Bix only right now since you don't have that much time. And yeah, I don't think I'm missing any other things. If they come up with new stuff, then new stuff. Okay, I can come. I have 20-ish minutes. Please drop your questions. Please, you can come and speak up as well. That is also fine. You can write the questions as well. But what about system design? Some people are still asking system design. So please, system design might be important. I'm not sure. Company to company depends. Okay. Neil Chandra. You can talk.
And these companies that you mentioned, that what kind of what type of projects and do they look for? Means well, since most of the hiring is based on the projects. I have read the slides that you shown. Is there any specific type of projects they look for, or any means what type of projects should I do add to my resume so that it can be noticed by them?
Keep any project that you can talk about for 10 minutes. In one word answer is that. So if you can't
And
talk about the project, then of course they'll understand that you have not done the project. So please keep something you can talk about, however simple that maybe, might be some URL shortener. URL shortener, even though sounds very simple, has a very complex system design behind it. So yeah. So simple stuff,
so
but go in very depth of simple stuff.
and related to this only, I'm asking that for building the project, if I cannot at first build any project from scratch using my own thinking, like any way to learn how to build the project so that using those I can build the project. Like suppose I cannot initially I cannot think of a way how to build that project. So what can I do so that or what should I learn so that I can build the particular project that the company is looking for?
I would say company gives you a JD. Okay, before anything. Did you guys have any company come yet? I think JPMC came, no, for you guys. I'm not sure. JPMC came. So whatever the JD comes, make your resume according to that. Keep projects. Projects are not that important according to the role you're applying. Projects are something like, if you have, see, my projects for ML. I now work in hardware. No relation. So again, the thing is that only. So keep your projects whatever you can explain. There is nothing. So again, you're saying, where do I get ideas from, for projects? Currently you have unlimited AI tools. Just ask AI, I want to make something like this, this is something like this, what would you suggest, what is a good project idea for that?
And last question, since you are telling about explaining the project, means in the interview, will they look for the full working and implementation of a project, or just the explanation I can give so that they can understand, that will be okay?
It will be in depth, right? So for example, if I'm giving an example, let's say if you have made a project, a very simple project, how malloc works, right? So the first
Okay.
question would be, how did you allocate space for malloc?
Okay, no, means that they will just will they test the project, like how the project is functioning live, or they will just the explanation is needed.
Depends on the interview. No? They can ask. Why
Okay,
will they not ask? Like
okay,
if it's a website or something, they can tell you to show it right now. No? But if it's a very
okay,
complex project, possibly if time does not allow, they will not. But again, if, whatever you make, there should be depth in it. It should not be like a very shallow idea of what you have made and just put it there.
okay. Thank you.
Okay. The books and topics you have mentioned for general. Yeah, it's general for every tech interview for your whole life. Any interview give whole life the same topics. Can you solve DSA and GFG and a lead code? And if you, even if you solve it in pen and paper, the logic is not changing. Nah, solve it anywhere. Nobody cares which platform you are doing. Just keep the question. It should not be that you are living in comfort. The questions you are solving should challenge you. It should not be like you're solving arrays throughout the year. Go towards harder questions as well. In which month companies will come? Just 1 month later. Your first tour will be at the end of July and will go on till, I don't know, when was since your last? January, na?
Yeah.
January, till January. How to approach for research internships? Ah, another session for this. A research internship, so this year you cannot anyways anymore because all are filled. So it has to be for next year. You can just cold mail to the profs. Another session for this. This is again one very detailed subject. Another, we'll do another session. This is a very detailed session. Now can't be answered in one. How can I lay my foundation and things I don't need on first year? Whatever I told, just start from first year. So second year people have to finish it in 1 year. You have 2 years. That's it. So for me, when like I have this beautiful analogy of, so people don't know this. What was the wait? Let me just Google search. Wait. Give me 1 second. Um 1 second. So jack of, so you know this thing, na, jack of all trades, master of none. The full thing is jack of all trades, master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. So I have this butter paneer idea in life. When you go in a buffet, right? So क्या करते हो? सब करते हैं. Don't lie. Everybody goes and takes small small parts of every dish, and then whatever is the best, second round. So that is the same philosophy here, right? So try out every field in your first year, and जो अच्छा लगे वो सारा life करते रहो. स्विच भी करना पड़ेगा क्या पता, and everything. Suppose I have made a full stack website. Do I need to explain some part of the code? Yeah, why not? Can ask no why, like not but they can ask like internal backend stuff, right? Front end I don't know, but backend stuff. If let's say,
How to handle your customer.
like load balancers for example. I have no idea, but any advice for core brands? I have no idea. Ask a aerospace person specially for this. I see. I will not give you any advice which I myself don't know. So core branches, I have no idea. Any questions more? You can raise your hand and talk, or you can. How many projects, bro? Does not matter. How many? Keep one at least. I would say one or two keep, because yeah, see, many projects does not mean like that. I personally, since my first year I have made more than 1,000 projects, but I don't even display those anywhere. Just find 2 3 projects which you are very proud of, as simple as that. What are you proud of, as simple as that. So what if on campus does not work out? What are some off campus? You will always please be active on LinkedIn, and Unstop, Devfolio, some random sites that come off my mind. And yeah, like please, you have to do the effort. On campus, where companies come to you, off campus, where you have to find the companies. So can we mention hackathon project as team project? Yeah, team project is very valuable. Please do, because if you're a team player, you will very good set in a company setting, right? So keep it as a team project. They will surely ask what did you do in the team and how was that experience, or how did you manage a conflict in the team and everything. There's a lot of cheating in CP, but do you think? See, I will tell you why cheating in CP will affect you only. So let's say if your actual rating is pupil, and then that person will ask you pupil rated questions, right? So if you put expert there, that person will ask you hard questions. The first question he will ask, and if you can't answer, he will understand you have cheated. So if you are cheating, it's your loss. It's nobody else gets affected again. So it's up to you if you want to cheat. So yeah, I want to make some projects, but I don't have any ideas. Bro, you have Chat GPT. Make Chat GPT your best friend. Ask it everything. How to approach ML library, bro? What is? Explain what do you mean by ML libraries? See, libraries like NumPy or Pandas are not. NumPy. See, again, all these libraries came out as papers, by the way. So NumPy has this beautiful. If you have done NumPy, you see always what do you do? np.ndarray, right? So NDRA is what is NDRA? So if you guys know what a CNN is, you have stride and padding in CNNs, right? So it normally how do you give like traverse arrays? You traverse in uh, memory wise, right? Next to next. But they actually traverse by stride and padding. So I don't remember how it works, but beautiful way how they work. So go on to internals, try to code up themselves. So the way I got to know about pandas and numpy in very much detail is I made pandas and numpy in C myself to learn how that works. So you can possibly do that. Yeah, why not? Please do all of them, na? So CF at Coder, Code for Code Chef. They will, see if your true rating is that they will be very happy. ML ops required for I don't think ML would be asked that much, because ML, what you classify as ML is research based ML, and as you go in the company, you will see that not many people are that minded. So, uh, if you're applying for startups, and yes, yes, for legacy companies, I don't think so. Any more questions? You can raise your hand or and talk, or write it down if you have any questions. Ha, Neil Chandra.
Yes, it might sound a little silly question, but I am asking because I don't know. Means related to building project only. Like suppose I am trying to build any website or app. I have the idea. I have the. I know about what I will do in the MVP or something, and my coding will be done by AI. I have decided, but how to use that AI, and the API keys and the AI agents, all those things like coding with AI. From where can I learn and how to learn? Like
Coding
maximum the
from
coding.
AI, you will learn from AI itself. Yeah, see these kind of
Actually, what
questions
should
with
I start
ML.
with to learn coding with AI? Like I don't know even the terms that I would require for coding with AI to build my project. Like what should I learn and how should I learn? Is that I am asking?
That is, so basically you have ChatGPT, yes or no?
Yes, but what should I ask there? Means I don't even where to start.
Are so you have to. How can I explain this? Like, you have ChatGPT, just ask the same question to ChatGPT, and you would get your answers.
Okay, okay.
Is what I, because you guys have a very good tool. Like, okay, I'll tell you, in my first year, in the second year, so I think, don't lie, but most of you guys copy paste assignments using ChatGPT, right? फिर हाँ ना बोल दो, थम्स अप हम सब कुछ रिएक्ट कर दो. Ah, so everybody does that. So in our third sem we had a problem. Assignment 2, question number 1. The trauma is still there. Chat GPT and Claude, these were not good that time, and it just died. It took 4 weeks for us to solve that question.
The simple mapping.
Yeah, so it was a very, so basically, hash map, right? So you have to implement hash map in C. So again,
Generative.
yeah, sounds easy now because you have ChatGPT. It will like write the most optimized C code right now. But yeah, IT people will know. IT people in there also, again, assignment 2, question number 1. This year you guys would have solved it. So yeah. Otherwise, on how to learn low level stuff, I am trying to make a same. I don't do it, bhai. Like, I would say honestly, C is very beautiful, I would say. And once you see legacy code, right? So I kind of work. 98% of my code is in C at work, and I see some of the code written by engineers in 1990s and everything, and it's so good. And the code you do is also so good. It's one of the advantages of C, I would say, is that you go so hardcore into your base, I would say. Like, Python and everything, I understand it's a high level language. Why? Because you don't have to do anything. Because if you do, let's say if I want an array of size 4 integers, right? In C you have to do them. It's in C currently you have it. In GCC you have it, but in CC you won't have it. So in CC you have to malloc that. So malloc will not give you separated bytes, right? So, but if you do calloc, it will do that array kind of structure. So again, that's the thing. Sprintf, am I just telling random functions by thing? So yeah. Any questions? You can raise hands. I have, I think, 10 minutes more. So you can answer. Where one in 1 year game to resell. What is the must in 1 month? Do CS core. For OAs, right? So please do DSA, as much aggressive DSA. Since you don't have time, do those sheets to 200. 200 300 questions. 1 month 200 300 questions is per day 10 questions, so 10 questions would take you maximum 4 5 hours, I guess.
Studying for days.
So yeah, I have to study, there is no option. So
They have to start earlier.
yeah, so basically first year people, please start now. Second year people, please solve lead code as much as you can. You don't have to give contests and everything, I think. And don't get demotivated after the contest, so like you will score very low initially. So yeah, any more questions? Any more questions, or anybody wants to raise hands? How is Cisco? Very good. But answer very good, because work environment is chill, and you know you are going to do. So in Cisco you get production work from day one as an intern as well. I don't think which happens in any other company. You have trainings and everything in other companies, and in Cisco we are at the end of our internships, we will actually push code to production. So some of my, so if you know, you have, you IT people, I don't know if CS has this or something. uh, in IT labs, have you seen there's a big small router on the top, like where all the wires go in? Have you seen in HPC lab? Yeah, so my code will be there. So that is the flex I'll do for next 10 years. That IT lab runs on my code. So yeah, so that is one good thing that we do, is that we actually push, interns can actually push code to actual hardware stuff like routers in that case. Yeah. um there are routers there. I don't know which one are you calling the switcher, but there are routers in your IT labs as well. So I think they're mostly SR9K routers, if I'm not wrong. Cheating is common. There's a, what's the point of game? Huh, what's the point of? There is no point of doing anything. No, there is no point of doing anything. Because if you do it, so the reason I'm telling you to give the actual JE exam is because if you do it, so the reason I'm telling you to give the actual JE exam is because if you do it, so the versus giving the actual JE exam, right? Was the JE exam easier, or solving PYQs at your home easy? That is the only difference, right? So if you are in that setting of come time, more sums, then you will do good. Yeah, how many projects do you have in your resume, and what domains? I did not have any major projects. I had uh, research papers. So yeah, so I think one project that was a autograd engine. If you know what an autograd engine is, basically, uh, how can I explain this? So basically, in a neural network, the differentiation, the back propagation happens towards the through automatic auto differentiation. So an engine for that. That was my only project, and I had my research. I'll show you my resume. Wait, let me find it. So again, how, what is the format of resume and everything? You will get a college format, so you cannot go out of that. So yeah. This is the, I think, latest one only. Let me share it. System design, basic system design. Like you should have an idea of how systems work. Right? There are beautiful books like DDIA and everything. So this is my resume. I'll share. Let me share. See my screen. So I, my projects. See, there are two projects just. So this project was never given in the on campus. My on campus only had this project. So possibly in the have education experience. If you have research papers, put publications, projects. If you have hackathon wins and everything, this is also important. Technical skills. Please be as detailed. This is not updated, I guess, but be detailed. And yeah, I don't think anything else is required. Put the, make sure these links work. Okay, my LinkedIn does not work here, but make sure these links work. Otherwise, Yeah, they'll get frustrated. Or are some are really common. Bhai, I'm telling you, URL shortener. Just study the system design of a URL shortener. You would be amazed. It's a very simple project, but in depth, it's a very difficult project. Uh, for example, encryption engines, like, or you have those hash, right? SS, RSA, Moonshine. No, no, our research papers are not compulsory. I am mentally unstable. That's why I did all those. There is this another mentally unstable person here as well. So, if you are not mentally stable, no need to do. On campus, it has zero impact. Research papers will have zero impact. So, if you have them, does not have them, nobody cares. So, yeah. Any more questions? I'll have 4 minutes. Okay, then I think we'll end the session today. Did you guys like the session? Like, type everything and everything. Like, see, our seniors did that at this as well, but physically, because it's not possible for us to be that physically available right now. So we actually decided to do this here. So a few more things which are not related to your internship. Just remember this, that uh, one internship rejection is not the end of the world. See, currently you are getting into that applying phase, right? So you guys will get into writing cold mails, applying off campus and everything. So every day before class you'll wake up to 2 3 rejections. That is guaranteed, except if you're very talented and if you get it, and lucky as well. If you get it on your first try, congrats. If you don't get it, don't get depressed. I personally took myself also to get my first internship. It took me 9 months of giving interviews, giving. I personally had applied to 650 jobs, got four interviews, and passed only one. So the success rate is very less, and that's why just don't quit, don't get depressed, don't get mentally down. There'll be down times and there is up times as well, and you will soon realize that how much hard work you do, you will need a bit of luck as well in your life. So there is a, I believe, 80-20 split, 80% hard work, 20% luck. Because one thing is very sure is that you will not get lucky every time, except if you're lucky on the first time, which is again indeed very lucky. So if you are not lucky, don't be disheartened. Always remember that you will get luck today if you don't, if you stop trying, right? So the day your luck shines, you will not be there. So if you guys were, if you know F1, you know Nico Hulkenberg. He has, I think he got his first podium in 240th race. So in 239 races, he never won in 239 races. So imagine. So if he had quit on the 239th day and said, "No, I am putting up my boots. I don't think I can do it. I am never winning," he would not have won on the 240th days, right? So just remember that. Also, one question I got, in 1 month, what can we do and everything. You just know that if you believe hard, if you are obsessed with your thing, if you are loving the craft you're doing, you can do anything. And because the things I told you today, in my first year I knew 0% of it. My second year I got to know 50% of it. In the third year I got to know 52% of it, maybe. And like, it took a lot of time, and yeah, just keep on doing it and everything. And yeah, don't get saddened or depressed or anything. See, at the end of the day, you have to realize this. See, this is a very common thing. Everybody does get depressed during this whole journey. Maybe some of you will not get internships, which is a very highly likely case. So that, and you'll see your friends go for internships while you're staying at home and everything. That does not mean that you have a setback. many people I know have not gotten, many brilliant people I know haven't gotten internships and are killing them, killing in their lives. Okay, not killing themselves. Sorry, killing in their lives. So yeah, just don't be disheartened. Remember something, that this 0 to 1 is the hardest part, which you guys are entering right now. The 1 to 100 is the easier part. Once you get your first internship, once you get your first job, it will be a smooth right sailing. Okay, so possibly whenever you're feeling down, take a break, stop everything. Uh, Even in this case, even in my Cisco case, Cisco interview day, I had failed 2 interviews the day before. So on my Cisco OA, I was very fucking depressed. But whenever the OA came, I just shut off my brain. Oh, fuck depression. Okay. So you have to remember to be loving towards what you're doing, and keep on doing it, and someday you'll do good, and that's a guarantee from my side as well. You will do good someday. So yeah. चलो guys, I'll dip now then because मेरे को dinner भी करना है. Okay guys, bye bye. Bye bye guys. And the meet, I think Orithro, you can